What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here for the second part of lesson 53. I just typed it and I already forgot. Yes, it is 53. So let's go without further ado. Eduarda, how, let's see, where am I?
Jesus.
Não estou trabalhando há 2 anos.
Eduarda.
Open the door. Não estou... Tem 2 anos?
Yeah.
Pô, professor, você pegou pesado. I haven't worked for... Não, peraí. Não sei. Tem que falar com present perfect ou não?
Right, se é há 2 anos e vai continuando esses 2 anos, right? O relógio tá correndo.
Não,
então...
eu não trabalho há 2 anos, mas eu posso começar a trabalhar amanhã.
Right, mas até você começar, se você começar, daí outra frase, right? Nessa frase é relógio.
I haven't been working for 2 years.
Yep. Yep.
Não lembro.
For 2 years.
Só, gente, espera um minutinho.
Helen, eu parei, eu tô criando para você. Eu parei de trabalhar 2 anos atrás.
I stopped to work. Não, I stopped to work, de trabalhar. Two years ago. I stopped to work 2 years ago.
Okay, very close. Very close. Where's my thing here?
I stopped
okay.
to work 2 years
So we have a special situation when we have stop. So, Helen, is there a difference in these 2 sentences?
O segundo é continuous. Present continuous.
Não é, porque não tem to be. Ok, so é o working de atividade.
Working.
De trabalho de atividade, como natação é uma atividade, seria swimming.
Reading.
Eu parei de trabalhar. Pode.
Posso tentar? When I say I stopped working, means I don't work anymore. Forever.
Not necessarily. I can stop working for today, right? I stopped working today at 5 o'clock, right? So not forever, but yes, I stopped. I am no longer working at that moment if I say I stopped working. And is that different than I stopped to work?
I stopped to work and I went to the shop. Went shop.
Parei de trabalhar.
E fui fazer compras.
No, okay. So actually, that's not I stopped to work. Maybe I was shopping. Parei. Outra coisa para trabalhar. So I was shopping. Then I stopped to work. Ou seja, eu estava fazendo compras, eu parei de fazer compras para trabalhar. So it's almost the opposite, right? It's almost the opposite. I stopped working, parei de trabalhar. I stopped to work, eu parei outra coisa para trabalhar.
Entendi.
I like to use the example also of I stopped to smoke and I stopped smoking. If I say I stopped to smoke, eu parei alguma coisa para fumar. I stopped smoking, parei de fumar.
Demorei para entender, mas agora entendi.
Entendi.
Então, I stopped working, eu parei de trabalhar, eu não trabalho mais. Eu parei de trabalhar, parei a atividade.
What was that, Glass? I didn't catch it.
Glass.
Não, só quando eu coloquei uma pausa entre o stop it e o to, que eu percebi. I stopped it to work. Então, eu parei para trabalhar.
Good,
Só
yeah.
assim.
But just remember, just be aware that when a native says it, they're not going to have that pause. But yes, that's right. I stopped to work.
Eu sei, mas eu só pensei na pausa que eu consegui entender.
Okay, good. That's good.
Okay.
And that'll help me teach it too in the future. If I say I stopped to work, then that will help the person to understand. Okay.
If I say I stopped, sorry. If I say I stopped smoking, I stopped smoking. Significa que eu parei de fumar, eu não fumo mais.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I stopped to smoke means what?
Parou.
Eu parei para fumar.
Para fumar.
Parei uma outra coisa, right? Uma outra coisa qualquer. Pode ser eu parei de dirigir, parei de trabalhar, tive que sair do ambiente, or whatever it is. I had to stop that in order to start smoking. Usually, we have those rules that we've talked about before, right? So sometimes some verbs, if there's a verb after a verb, sometimes it's gerund. Some other verbs, it's going to be infinitive. Sometimes it can be both. And then there are the precious few that are like this, where the two have meanings that are almost exactly opposite. Okay, stop is the most common verb like that, where if we use the infinitive, it means one thing, and if we use the gerund, it means basically the opposite.
Então tem mais nessa situação. Só que você não lembra agora.
No, there are some that are less used, but there's yeah, they're not as common. I have a worksheet around here somewhere that, and I can put it in the group that has all of the ones that we use that change the meaning. Okay. Let's continue on then to Chris. Eu trabalhava como psicóloga.
I worked. I have a question now. I worked like a psychologist or as a psychologist.
Good. So does anybody know what would be the difference if I say I worked like a psychologist or I worked as a psychologist?
I'm a psychologist. So I did. I worked I worked as a psychologist.
Exactly.
Because I am a psychologist.
Because you are a psychologist. So that's exactly right. If you say like, it means as though. Like a psychologist means you do what a psychologist does, but you're not necessarily a psychologist. If you say you worked as a psychologist, then you were a psychologist.
I am a psychologist.
So someone that said, I worked as a nurse during the war. I worked as a nurse. They were a nurse. But if they say I worked like a nurse, because a nurse works like a nurse, so we don't know. If they say I worked like a nurse, it could be that they're a nurse, or it could be that they're not. They just acted like a nurse.
Okay.
So you have those that it's less specific.
I seemed like a nurse. I
seemed like a nurse.
Like a nurse.
Yeah, that would work. Eu parecia. Okay, Glassy. Psicóloga, que interessante.
Psychologist, ok, eu não sei.
Psychologist,
Tem que falar o gist? Psychologist.
Psychologist,
How interesting.
Very good. Helen, sim, mas agora eu trabalho em casa.
Yes, but now I work at home.
Yes, you do. Chris, eu gosto de ficar em casa.
I like to stay home.
I like to stay home. Glass. Minha filha. Oh, no, this is the one where I changed it to your sister. Minha irmã trabalha numa empresa.
My sister works at numa empresa. At a company.
Sure. Helen, mas o trabalho dela não é interessante.
But her work isn't interesting. Interesting.
There we go. There we go. I knew we were going to get there.
Rock it.
There we go.
You rock it.
So if you're going to say in the past, then it's rocked, right? KT, rocked. Yeah.
You rock.
Chris, não é tão interessante.
It's not very interesting.
Porque não é muito.
So it's not such interesting thing.
So, okay, so thing é contável, então teria que ser such an interesting thing.
It's not such interesting.
Não, such, but se lembra, such você tem que ter o substantivo, isso.
Okay, it's not so. No, muito.
That's it.
It's not so interesting.
There you go. And then if you use so, you don't have to worry about the noun. You don't have to put a noun, right? So just to review that, if you use such to say tão, you have to have a noun. So such an interesting guy, such a nice person, such an expensive car. But if you say so, you don't have to have the noun. It's so interesting. It's so expensive. He's so nice.
It's not so nice.
Mas, professor, ela falou very. Não pode usar?
Yeah. Well, very. Okay, so very significa muito. Não foi errado, só que não foi o que eu pedi.
Yeah.
Eu
falei
muito.
Pediu
tão. Muito e tão.
Tá, desculpa.
Right? So they're very close. They're very close in meaning, but not. There's a subtle difference. They're not exactly the same. Gracie, how would you say? O trabalho dela não é tão interessante.
Her work is not that interesting.
Very good. So there's another interesting thing, right? So you can use so or that. When you use a complete sentence like that, it's actually more common to use that. Her work isn't that interesting or isn't so interesting. Yeah, you used it. I think you used it on accident, just out of feel. That was good. Helen, quantos anos tem a sua filha?
How old is her daughter?
Okay, very good. Chris, ela tem 25 anos.
She's 25.
She's 25. Glace, então ela não é uma menininha.
So she's not. Okay, little girl, say.
A little girl, yeah, little girl. We don't have Nia, right? So the little girl is the only way that we can do that. Helen, how would you ask me if I have more children?
Do you have more children?
Good. Yes, I do. I have too many children. Chris, how would the woman say, sim, tenho 3 filhos?
Yes. I have 3 kids.
How would you say eu tenho mais 3 filhos?
I have more 3 kids.
Okay, so that's what we always want to say, because we say mais 3, but in English,
3 more daughters. I have, okay. Once more, okay, no more, okay. I have 3 more daughters. Okay, one more time.
So whenever we have mais 3, mais mais 5, mais 50,
4 more.
It's inverted. The number goes first in English.
Okay.
3 more daughters, one more time.
Okay.
And I've probably already, tell me if I've told you, but the story, this is one of the first things that was burned into my brain about Portuguese. Because when I was on my mission, I went to the Detroit area. I went to Michigan to wait for my visa to come to Brazil. And we went, I was at a church there where there was a guy, a really funny guy, who had been on a mission to Brazil too. So I tried, like, podemos falar Portuguese, por favor, right? So I tried to speak Portuguese with him, and he had like 5 kids, and his 5th kid was a brand new baby, and he was holding this brand new baby at church. I was like, oh, parabéns para você, and he said, he looked at me and he said, mais
What does brand new baby mean?
Brand new.
No, brand new não é lançamento de alguma coisa?
Brand new.
Marca.
Does anybody know? So
brand new.
Brand has more than one meaning. We have marca, and we also have novinho. Brand new and novinho, novinha.
Ah, okay. Brand new.
So like recém chegou.
Recém-nascido, ok.
Recém saiu do forno.
Okay, brand new.
Okay. So brand new baby. So he said, mais and when he said mais and I was like, mais por que não é mais? Se é one more.
Ok. Por que não é mais?
Daí na minha cabeça teve essa ligação com esse bebezinho tão bonitinho, ele engraçado, e essa coisa de sempre invertido. Mais Se fosse em inglês seria, one more.
E a gente se pergunta por que não more one, né?
Right, exactly. Glassy, how would you say, as minhas filhas ainda estão pequenas?
My daughters are still little, não sei. Professor.
Sure, little works.
Where are you, professor?
Essa coisa a ligação com a entrada da minha câmera, se eu só tocar um pouquinho já tira. Yes, our little works, good. Helen, how would you say?
Little works?
Little works. Little funciona. Little funciona.
Right? Tá.
So it could be little or small, either one. Helen, how would you say? Pois é. Você tem uma família grande.
Ai, pois é. Foi na aula passada que teve isso, né?
I think so.
Pois é. É just alguma coisa. Alguém me ajuda aí. Gente, não sei. Pois é.
Yeah, works, sure. Yeah,
sure. You have a little family.
To me, because it's one of those things that it's kind of a feeling, whatever feels best for you in that case. For me, what feels best is, that's right. Pois é. Principalmente quando eu aprendi pois é, foi lá no interior do sul. Foi Passo Fundo, tchê. Que eu aprendi, que
Passo
todo
Fundo,
mundo,
tchê.
todo mundo falava, pois é, para tudo. Parecia que qualquer coisa, eu
Pois é.
preciso usar o banheiro. Pois é. Ou qualquer coisa que você falava, a pessoa falava, pois é. Eu adorava. Por isso que eu tentei trazer para cá, para os Estados Unidos, mas não deu certo. Okay? So, in
Mas
this
como é
case,
que é, então?
so, pode ser yeah, pode ser sure.
Yeah.
Mas eu diria que seria tipo, you're right. Oh, that's right. That's
You're
right.
right.
You have a big family. That's right. That's right probably is better than you're right, but that's right.
That's why?
That's right. Tá certo.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
That's right. Como é que era a frase toda?
Pois é,
Pois é.
Você tem uma família grande.
You have a big family.
You have a big family. Chris,
Yeah.
sim, e dá muito trabalho.
Yeah. And friends, you know, I have lots of work.
Lots of.
I
Okay.
have lots of work, and
Okay, that works as survival English. That works. Okay,
and
so
my
the good thing
family
is,
gives me, and my family gives me. Family third person, right?
yeah, family is third person, but you were
My
right the first
family.
time. You were
Okay,
right
huh?
the first time. We don't use da usually.
Okay.
We don't use da trabalho.
Okay. My family is hard. No, hard. No.
Yeah,
My
is
family
yeah.
is hard.
So well, is hard or is so muito trabalho.
Have. I don't know. My
No,
family
just muito trabalho.
is work. No,
How do you say muito
trabalhando.
trabalho?
My family is very hard.
Daí é difícil, não é trabalho. Helen?
A lot
of trouble. No.
Trabalho at work. Okay. But that's, I was going to talk about that because the expression, so my family is a lot of work. If you're going to use da, we have an expression, my family.
My family.
Agora esqueci.
Antes
de falar.
Okay.
Você tinha falado assim, isso dá muito trabalho.
Gives.
I said my family gives me a lot of work, trouble.
Yes.
A lot of trouble.
But the expression that we have is to give trouble. Okay, so the expression is either é trabalho ou dá problemas.
Okay.
But the meaning is a little bit different, right? Because your family can be a lot of work, but not cause trouble.
Pode substituir trouble por work.
What's that?
Pode substituir trouble por work.
Yeah, we don't usually. That's the thing, though. You could.
Mas
it's grammatically correct. Yeah.
A expressão é de cima, então. My family is a lot of work. Tá bom.
No, this is more of an expression. This is more literal. My family is a lot of work.
Okay, give me a trouble. Okay, give me a trouble.
No, not give me a trouble. Trouble's uncountable.
Give me trouble.
Gives, because in this case, right?
Gives me, okay. But the expression is to give trouble.
Yeah, there you go.
To give trouble. Okay.
To give trouble, or we also use to cause trouble is actually more used in others. In this sentence, probably my family gives me a lot of trouble would be more used. But when we talk about someone who is like a black sheep of a family, then we would use to cause trouble. They cause a lot of trouble, or they cause problems.
Okay.
So either they cause trouble or they cause problems. All right. Glass.
Sim.
How would you tell me that you don't have time for anything else?
I don't have time for, você falou?
Anything else?
Or anything else.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's good. Right. Nice job. Helen, antes eu tinha mais tempo.
Before I have more time.
Close. Is this sentence past?
I had more time.
Good.
Yes?
Yes, very good. So before I had, yeah.
I had more
time.
Mm-hmm. How would you say, Chris? Eu nunca tinha.
I never had.
I never had is medroso, right?
I never had it.
So you could say that. It would not be wrong. But does anybody want to guess what we usually say if someone says, I've
never. No, I had more.
So I had more time was what Helen said.
Time. Okay.
Eu
I
nunca...
never had more time.
Look at that.
I never did.
I never did. Right? So it's like a short answer.
Okay. I never did. Okay.
I never did.
I never did.
Tá, entendi.
Tá no lugar.
No passado.
A resposta
I had more time.
So if Glassy said, for example, sometimes I cause trouble. And then Helen said, I never do.
Entendi.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's present, then because what's our verb is to cause. It's weak, so we can use do.
Okay.
It's present and it's weak, so we can use do. It's past and it's weak, so we can use did in the short answer.
Poderia falar, I never did more time.
Nope.
What? No?
Nope. Because remember, only in the short answer does that auxiliary verb represent the weak verb. If you use a full answer, then it goes back to being an auxiliary verb that doesn't represent. You have to have that verb.
Okay.
That's a very good question.
Okay. One more question. I'll never have more time. Okay. I'll have more time.
So I'll never have more time and I'll have more time. Is that what?
Okay. I will have more time. Okay. And I could say I never will.
Yeah, I'll never.
I'm so sorry. I will never. Okay, I will never.
Yeah. So I mean, but there are a lot of people that say I never will, but it should be I'll never, because anytime that we can do a contraction, then it should be I'll never eat. I'll never eat squid again. I'll never eat squid again. Right. I love squid, but some people try it once and then hate it. I love everything that comes from the sea. I love everything that comes from the sea. Squid, octopus, crab, lobster, seafood. I was born to live on the ocean. I was supposed to live on the ocean. And I'm in the middle of the jungle. Oh well.
Okay.
All right. So sometimes, I never do, I never did. There was one thing that I thought of that. Okay. I don't remember. All right. Glass. Eu não.
Not me.
Not me. Ela não.
Ai, meu Deus. Not her. Ah, não sei.
No, don't. Remember, our deal is you can't get it right and then say, I don't know. Good. Not her. How would you say ele não?
Professor Siga.
Not him.
Not he not him.
Him.
Not
Not him. Nós não.
Chega,
So
professor.
just one more. Just one more. Nós não.
Not us.
Not us. Okay, good.
Not us.
Eles não.
Not us.
Not,
E ele
not
sim.
them. Not them.
Not them. Okay.
Yeah.
Eles sim. Okay, so
Ele
let's
sim.
good. I like it. Let's look at
Não
that.
gostei do ele não.
Jeez. Okay. Oh, did you want to know how to say eles sim, or
Say
was you
yes, no.
making
yeah.
making a all right. Helen. Agora eu não tenho tempo para ler.
Now I don't have time to read.
Eu não leio nada.
I don't read anything.
There we go. Anything. Yes. Yes. Good. I don't read anything. Very good. Chris. Antes eu lia tudo.
Before I read everything.
Before I read everything. I was showing you my red shirt.
Right.
Before I read everything. Good. Gracie, ask. E você? Você lê?
And you?
And you, do you read?
Thank you, Glacie 2.
Do you read? And
Good.
you?
And you. Very good. And you, do you read? Helen, tell me that you only read the newspaper.
I read only the newspaper.
Okay, so it sounds a little bit better. I only read, but it's not.
I
wrong.
only read.
Yeah, there are people that say that. I read only the newspaper. I only read the newspaper. Chris, eu só leio o jornal, mas ou leio todos os dias.
I just read newspaper, but what? I forget the
Mas eu ou leio todos os dias.
Can you say again the whole sentence?
Eu só leio o jornal, mas ou leio todos os dias.
Eu não entendi a frase, mas não entendi. Eu só leio jornal. Eu só leio um jornal. Eu só leio um jornal.
Não, eu só leio o jornal. Mas ou leio todos os dias.
Ah, ok, entendi agora. I just read a newspaper, but I read it every day.
So don't forget the why. Every day.
Every day.
Yes.
Day.
Not it's not every day and it's not every day. You didn't do those, but I have to use every opportunity. I have to use every opportunity to say every day because I love to say every day.
I read it every day.
Good. Let's see.
I read, eu leio todos os dias. I read it.
Yes.
It.
Yeah.
I read it
every day.
Every day. Glacie, suppose you need to make a call. How would you excuse yourself to make a call?
Eu sempre sou excuse. Como que o excuse não é... Putz, esqueci a palavra. Ai. Não faça desculpa, né? Make excuses.
So to make excuses, not how would you make an excuse, but how would you excuse yourself? So
Como eu me dou licença? Como assim?
Excuse
Como que você se desculpa do engano?
My stepmom always said, excuse yourself from the table. Right? So then
I'm sorry, that was my bad.
No, that would be apologizing.
Okay.
Sim.
Excuse me. Okay, excuse me.
So to excuse yourself is to pedir desculpas.
Mas
Pedir desculpas para
Porque from the table, vamos supor que você deu um arroto, sei lá.
Você termina. Não, well, that too.
Uma coisa ruim.
Ok, você tá na mesa, ela mandou você pedir desculpa.
No. So when you're done eating, it is polite in American culture to excuse yourself from the table. May I please be excused?
Não entendi. Como assim? Você tá numa mesa comendo, se você termina antes, você tem que pedir desculpas.
Yes, you have to excuse. That is culture. That is American culture.
Então eu tô lascada, porque eu como que nem uma porca super rápido e daí...
Well, if you...
Desculpa, pessoal, eu já acabei, desculpa. Não, desculpa, é estranho para nós.
But so this would be if you're eating at someone's home. So if you're at a restaurant, you don't have to ask to be excused. But if you're eating at someone's home, then it's considered good manners to ask to be excused. So to excuse yourself, for example, anytime that you need to say, com licença, eu preciso, right? That would be, in English, we would refer to that as excusing yourself from a conversation, excusing yourself from something.
Tá bom. Tipo, aqui a gente levanta e sai fora, mas tudo bem.
Yes, well, but it's also...
Não, você pede licença, dá licença. Não,
você pede licença.
Excuse me. Quando você acaba de comer e quer levantar, você pede licença.
So it's also something that is a little bit, it's becoming more and more archaic. Less and less families do that, and less parents require that their kids do that. So it's actually now, if a kid or a young person does that, it shows very good breeding. It shows very good manners. It shows that their parents were very, very careful about manners.
Ok, Willy, tô almoçando na casa de uma pessoa, não tô em restaurante, ok? E eu preciso levantar da mesa. Eu só posso dizer excuse me ou não?
Ok, terminou ou não? A questão é se terminou ou não.
Ok, são duas situações que eu quero saber. Uma, quando eu terminei de comer, se eu posso levantar. Eu pedi licença para levantar. Excuse me, esqueci.
Ok, so... Yeah.
May I have...
So here's the thing. You would say, if you're at someone else's house, you would probably say, please excuse me.
Okay, please excuse
right?
me.
So in either situation, you would say, please excuse me. The other situation is like for a kid or somewhere where they're recognizing the authority of the other person. Like when my stepmom made me say that, it was because I was the kid and her and my dad were the authority figures. Okay. So that would be that situation. You wouldn't have to, if you're an adult eating at someone else's house, you wouldn't have to say, may I please be excused?
Okay.
That would actually even seem a little bit juvenile, but you would say, excuse me, I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom, or excuse me. Yeah, something like that. And again, that's, if you know the people really well, it's not necessary. But if you're, for example, if you were eating at your daughter-in-law's parents' house for the first time, then you would want to be as polite as possible. So it would be a situation where you would say, please excuse me, or whatever. Depending on what the situation is. All right. Let's go. Let's see. That was, but I read it every day. Then, so Glassy, how would you say, com licença, eu preciso fazer uma ligação?
Excuse me, I need to make a call.
I need to make a call. Good. So the formal way to say fazer uma ligação is to make a call.
I need to call. I just need to call.
That's the normal and informal way, is I need to call someone.
I need to call.
So in this case,
mais a segundo, né? Eu achei
what's
que
that?
fosse o primeiro jeito. Mas vocês falam mais o segundo jeito.
Right, because the first one is more formal.
Yeah, okay.
I need to make a call would be like if you are at a business meeting, or if you're in that situation where Chris is eating at her daughter-in-law's parents and she gets a message and she sees that it's urgent, then excuse me, I need to make a call. That would be the polite way to excuse yourself to make a call. Now, what about if somebody's calling and you're in the middle of a conversation? I've had people here in Brazil, they just answer. And I'm like, what? But the polite way in the States, if you are in a conversation and someone calls you, does anybody know how you would excuse yourself? Excuse me, what?
Tipo, eu tenho uma ligação, I got a call, não sei.
Yeah, so the less I have a phone call, so that would be the less formal. The more formal and the more polite way, I need to take this call.
Okay, I need to take this call. It's polite. I need to answer. Okay, I need to take. Okay, excuse me, I need to take this call.
Yes.
I need to take this call. I need to take this call. Okay.
Or like Leslie said, I have a phone call would also work as a little bit less formal.
I have a
phone
call.
So we have to make a call, you're dialing, and to take a call, you're answering.
Okay. Okay. Make a call, take a call. Take a call, it's answer.
Yes.
Okay. Take a call.
Okay, let's check the fan club. Let's see how the ladies are looking. Chris is gone. Chris is a ghost.
Wow!
Esse...
Here! Hi, guys!
Não, esse negócio aí, esse nunca pega coisa boa.
No, there was one time it was good.
É melhor assim, quando a gente for entrar, a gente desaparece, que daí aparece só a parte do quarto. Não.
Rogério, good evening. Good to see you. Gladeson's back. Quando eu devo usar do e does? Who wants to explain when you should use do and when you should use does?
Você mesmo, professor.
Oh, come on. That's not fun. Who has enough guts to explain when to use do and when to use does? Anybody? You're on mute, Helen. Are you talking to us, Helen?
What's your question?
When do you use do and when do you use does?
For us or to audience?
For you.
Okay. I use do for every person less third person. Okay?
Except for. So it would be better to say except for.
Third person. The does, it's for he, she, it.
Good.
And do, I, you, we, you, they.
Okay, good. Are there any exceptions? So for example, do I say, does she is Brazilian?
Does she is Brazilian? Yes.
No.
Does she? No. No, does she? No. Are she? No. Is she?
Is she Brazilian? So the exceptions are
it is verb to be.
Good. So what the exceptions are what we call the strong verbs, which are auxiliary verbs and to be. So if you have to be, you won't use do or does. If you have can, if you have would, if you have should. Not just except the verb to be, also auxiliary verbs. That's important because you don't say, does she can, right? You never say, does she can, or does she would,
okay,
or does she should, or any of those. All right. Other than that, that was good.
Modal verb is different, okay?
Assim, eu já pesquisei no Google, mas tem uma coisa que eu não acredito é no Google. Yes, so there's your explanation from Chris. Na verdade, o Google é a melhor fonte de pesquisa, não há outro até o momento, ok? Eu vou ficar até o fim da live. Quanto mais aprender, melhor. There you go. Very nice. Eu sei disso, mas prefiro aprender pessoalmente. I appreciate the opportunity to learn with you guys. Well, we appreciate you being here. Isaneia, thanks for coming. Lohaine's here. Qual é mais comum de usar? Tidy up or clean up? It depends if you're British or American. Yeah. Americans use clean up. British use tidy up.
Tidy.
Professor, em seu canal tem algum vídeo falando como usar wherever, whenever, whatever, whenever. Eu confundo tudo. Wherever, whatever. No, there isn't. But if you send me a message, because Lohaini is in our early morning class. So if you send me a message in the group, then I will either do a Reels. Maybe I'll do a Reels. Tomorrow I'm planning on doing some Instagram Reels. So I'll do a Reels about it if you send it in the group. Okay? Outra coisa que eu confundo muito também é maybe e maybe. Send that to me too. Send me those two, because those will be good Reels. And I want to do like 10 Reels tomorrow because I haven't done Reels in a while. So send me those two and I'll do Reels about those. You're welcome, Gladson. I'm grateful to know your classes. Very important to hear the pronunciation of a native teacher. Thank you, Ionech, for being here. Thank you very much for your kind words. Elisangela Barbosa, thanks for coming. Aqui na Suíça, wow, very good. My student Zildech is also in Suisse, so in Switzerland. I mean, I should say it in English if I'm speaking English. All right. That is going to be it for us. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming to watch us. We'll be back on Monday. What are we? Is it this Monday? We will be back or not? I forgot, Chris. When's the...
No, I'm not here.
Okay, so we won't be back on Monday, but check us out. We will be back and...
Thursday.
We'll be back Thursday? Okay, we will be back next Thursday. No, 1 hour. 1 hour on Thursday. At 7 o'clock, we will be back. Oh, look. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, my gosh. We'll be back on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Come back live with us so that you can ask your questions and we will answer. And if you're watching this right now, give us a thumbs up. If you're not watching, it's going to be hard for you to listen to me. I don't know why I said that. So give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Do all that good stuff. I am Teacher Willie. These around me are the Powerpuff Girls. We will be back next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Come see us. Until then, keep studying.